Hey everybody, Logan here. And yes, this is a little different. Why? Because I was originally going to talk about both showcases, the Nintendo Direct and the Sony State of Play. Well, PlayStation State of Play, whatever it was. I was going to do two different reaction videos and upload two videos today. But Nintendo. And then Sony's was so short. It was 20 minutes. So what I decided to do today, I took my notes and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to do my notes a little differently. If you follow us on Twitter, which you should, follow us at RBG_retro on Twitter. And while you're at it, hit subscribe here. That would really help. Turn on notifications like this video because that really helps. And hey, while you're down there, hit that super thanks button and just give us a little tip. That always helps too. But that out of the way. Yeah. So I decided to take my notes via Twitter. And all the highlights I decided to tweet out. And I have them in front of me. And I was thinking, how am I going to do this? This Nintendo Direct was, as when Hawker kept putting it, and man, it's like, I swear we all did the same thing today, every gaming YouTuber. They called Nintendo's Direct mid. I'm like, you right. It was good. It wasn't great. It wasn't terrible. So, mid, yeah. Nintendo had a thing with farming simulators. But, if you notice, Sony had a thing with samurais. So, who's cooler there? But, hey, first we're going to talk about Sony. First we're going to talk about Nintendo. Then we'll talk about Sony. And then maybe we'll do a little comparison at the end. But one's a 40-minute presentation with a lot of more cutesy games. And not Sony's. Sony's was very bloody, which I thought was pretty cool. But it looks like Nintendo and Sony did the opposite. Sony was all strong and then ended weak. Nintendo was kind of weak and ended strong. And you'll see what I mean when we get to that point. But first, we're going to start talking about the Nintendo Direct. Another Fire Emblem game. It's been like a running joke that every Direct there's a new Fire Emblem game. Fire Emblem Engage. Don't get me wrong, it looks cool. I'm hoping it's not like Three Houses, because Three Houses had a lot of you had to talk and relationship build, and they took it to a new level where, you know, it's always been part of the Fire Emblem series. But hopefully this one doesn't have it. It looks really good, and I'm a Fire Emblem fan. Like I said, Three Houses was not my cup of tea, and I do like all the older ones, especially ones on the 3DS, and even the Fire Emblem Warriors. They're all right. And even going back, my first one was it Birthright? No, it was older than that. Whatever. But it was on the 3DS. But I think this looks pretty cool. Now, the next game of note, which I thought was really weird, Fist of the North Star, Fitness Boxing. Yeah, you heard me right, and if you saw it, yeah, what? I guess people seem to be excited over a new Fist of the North Star game, but Fitness Boxing, I guess it's something. I just thought it was very weird. I didn't. So yeah, I'm just gonna leave it at that. Next, we knew that Front Mission 1 and 2 are coming out. We have a date for the first one. We have 2 coming out later at the beginning of next year, and then they announced 3. I thought that was cool. So, next one, Splatoon 3, we're already getting the updates. That's cool. I've really been into it. This is the first time even though I own Splatoon 1 and 2, I never got into it, but Splatoon 3 I've actually been playing quite a bit last few days. I think that was really cool that they're already announcing free content. And that's the big thing I like with Nintendo, when they start doing the free content, free updates. Next, Octopath Traveler 2. And for some reason, we saw later that it is coming to everything but Xbox. But Octopath Traveler 1 is on Xbox. Go figure. Looks great. Octopath Traveler 1 was a fantastic game. The fact that we're getting a part 2, I wasn't expecting that. I thought that was really good. Now, one thing you're going to see in this one, if you're a fan of JRPGs, this This was great. I love JRPGs, so I thought this was really good. That's why I think it's mid, because it was good. It gave me a lot of JRPGs, but no F-Zero, no Metroid, and only one Zelda, and we'll get to that at the end. For the next one, they stuck with a theme. Farming sims that are much like Story of Seasons / Harvest Moon, and I tweeted out, my wife is gonna love Fae Farm. Yep. There you go. Farming simulators. There's a ton of them on this one. So I'm going to skip past most of them. I didn't expect to see a new theater rhythm, which is pretty cool. But yeah, they're doing it. A ton of DLC is what it is. Not surprised. I do like the theater rhythm games. I'm a big fan of the music from Final Fantasy, especially since they were doing 7, 8, 9 music, which was really cool. Now, the next big thing, N64 games. I think it was, 8 games they announced, which is great. Including GoldenEye for the Nintendo 64. Now, it looks like this one's going to have online play, but the Xbox version isn't, because they also announced the Xbox version. But the way the tweet said it, it was kind of weird. I do think the Xbox version is a remake or a remaster, whatever you want to call it. I think it will have online play, because the tweet originally said something about the only place to play online on GoldenEye original something is on Nintendo, blah, blah, blah. We'll see when the time comes. I don't see why Xbox would shoot themselves in the foot and not have online play for their version of GoldenEye. So, yeah, but it's going to be coming to the Switch. I'm going to get both. I don't care. I'm going to get both. Grew up on that game. Me and my friends spent a lot of time playing GoldenEye, and that's fantastic. I mean, I think this is the biggest announcement of the show, but barely. It's tied with another one. We'll get to that in a moment. Pikmin 4. Miyamoto came out for Pikmin 4. Next. Harvestella. There you go. Another one. A farming sim, but action inspired. A lot of Harvest Moon type games coming. Yeah, so there you go. Bayonetta 3 releases October 28th. We got a solid date. Looks great. Cool. RE Village Cloud. And then not just RE Village, Resident Evil 7, 2, and 3 remakes are all going to be available via cloud. The demo for Village is up. I was thinking about doing that, but I decided to take a nap today instead. That should tell you something. Cloud games are terrible on the Switch. I don't think they should be done. Yeah, let's just leave it at that. I might do a video of some gameplay on that. Today's Direct and State of Play really threw off my entire plan for this week. I had an entire plan for videos, and that blew it up. But hey, C4 on Switch, cool. Yeah, if you didn't play it on the PlayStation, now you can play it on the Switch. Solid game, though. Next, Crisis Core on the Switch. We knew about it, but now this is, they showed gameplay. It's a remake of the PSP for the Switch version. Sounds cool. Next one, I'm really happy to see Tales of Symphonia Remaster. Fantastic game on the GameCube. I think it was great. I think the fact that it's finally on the Switch is something great. And if you enjoyed it, you're really going to, or if you missed it, you're really going to have fun with that game. Hey, Sizzle Reel. Thank you, Adobe. Sizzle Reel. I said Sizzle Reel, more like Fizzle Reel. There was nothing there. There was nothing of any interest. So that's where they supposedly, or made you think they were going to, Kirby game. Which is another joke running here on Twitter amongst gaming YouTubers, that it's Fire Emblem and Kirby. Fire Emblem and Kirby. Fire Emblem and Kirby. Oh, did I mention Fire Emblem and Kirby? But still no Metroid, still no F-Zero. Yeah. But the end of it is where they ended really strong. With a really strong, hard write-up. Boom! Legend of Zelda. Tears of the Kingdom. Yeah. New title. Much better than Breath of the Wild 2. Hopefully the game is good. It looks... it reminds me a lot of Skyward Sword, because being in the air and stuff like that, the floating pieces of land and whatnot. I want to see how this game turns out. It's funny because I've never finished Breath of the Wild. I'm not too far from finishing it. I just have to go back. I just miss the dungeons. I miss the classic style Zelda gameplay. The open world is cool. Don't get me wrong. With the with a little, I don't even know what to call the type of puzzle dungeon things where everyone's a puzzle, and it's not like the temples, like the water temple and stuff like that. Ooh, the water temple. Oof. But it's going to be another solid banger. Yeah, it's Legend of Zelda. It's going to be good, and it will be out 2023. So, with that being said, that's the end of the Nintendo Direct. As you can see, there were other games in there that I just really didn't care for. There had a lot of farming sims, some indie games, which nothing of really interest that makes you go, the only good things are what I said. So, after about 10 minutes, and I covered a 40-minute show. That should tell you something. Next, we're going to go with the PlayStation 1. The PlayStation 1 was short, sweet, to the point, solid, except for the end. And there are people that will disagree with me just because I didn't think they showed us anything, that was mind-blowing. But hey, there's a lot of people that like it. It started with Tekken 8. Looks fantastic. I really hope that that's gameplay mixed in with CG, because that would look really fantastic. That's what I'm hoping for. I've never been a big Tekken fan, but this looks great. I didn't mind Tekken 7. I thought it was pretty solid. But hey, we'll see. Looks great, if that really is. Next one was Star Wars Galaxy's Edge VR. Hey, that's just a giant ad to go to Disneyland or Disney World. Yeah, and Galaxy's Edge isn't that fun. It was when it first came out. Now it's just the same over and over. If you've never been and you're a Star Wars fan, well, depending on which Star Wars, because there's real Star Wars and there's Disney Star Wars. This is straight up Disney Star Wars. It's all right. Not that great. We all know the new Star Wars stuff. Kenobi, it was terrible. Book of Boba Fett was mid. But, yeah. That's all I can really say. Next, Sega brings us Like a Dragon Ishin. I was saying it really looked like the Yakuza, and when they said Like a Dragon, I was like, oh, so I'm hoping this is going to be a new series. But it says never been out of Japan, so I don't know much about this. If it was released before, if it's a new thing or whatnot, I don't know. But it's a new thing for us here in the West, so we can say that. But it's called Like a Dragon Ishin, a samurai game. Next one, they did show an updated gameplay and story trailer for Hogwarts Legacy. I plan on getting that. I really enjoy the Harry Potter. What's funny is I was never a big fan until just recently. My wife and I decided to watch all the movies, and then we go to Islands of Adventure and Universal quite a bit and enjoy the Harry Potter stuff. And I think J.K. Rowling is an amazing writer. So with that being said, I'm really looking forward to this game. Hopefully it's as enjoyable as the game looks. Next, Civic Drive. Looks interesting. It started out it looked like one of those narrative-based games where you're driving a car and then you get into the car and you're like, wait, what? This is all, what? And then I don't know what's going on. I still don't understand what the game is. Is it a driving simulator? Is it a story driving simulator? I don't know. But it caught my attention. PlayStation Stars. It's digital collectibles. Sounds like a bunch of NFTs. I know I covered it before. It sounded better than the way the lady from marketing spun it. And if she's the head of marketing, got some more work to do, lady, because that was... that fell flat. Looks like you're giving us NFTs or just 3D model stuff. I hope we don't have to pay for any of that. I know I've heard stuff of yay and nay since I made that video on it, but we'll see. Next one, a Sin Duality. I love mech games. It looked like mech shooter. It reminded me of Armored Core, but yeah, I'm gonna get this game. I like mech games, so yep, you got my attention, and I will definitely be looking into that. Now, the next one I thought was pretty cool because this was originally Project Eve. It's now Stellar Blade. So I think that's a cooler name. It looks great visually. And the those character models, woo, they got me. And it looks like Sony's answer to Bayonetta. If I'm not mistaken, I can't remember if they said this was a Korean or a Chinese. I want to say it's a Korean developer. But don't quote me on that. I can't quite remember. But yeah, I'm just recording this right after I watched the state of play. So, Team Ninja exclusive, Rise of the Ronin. It looked great. I never thought I'd see the day where Team Ninja would now be making PlayStation exclusives. They went from PlayStation to Xbox, now back to PlayStation. Hey, is what it is. Cool. Cool, that's all I can say. Game looks great. Next, Ragnarok controller looks sweet. It's blue and white. I'm not that big of a fan of God of War. It's got its merits. Jaffe's a nutball, but hey, yeah, the control looks awesome. If it didn't have the print on the touchpad, it would be a definite buy. But I'm probably going to get it, just because I like the blue and white. And now it ended, like I was said earlier, it ended on just a soft kind of fizzle note. The God of War Ragnarok. Okay, we've seen a lot of it. More gameplay. Hey, if this is what you tuned in for, you're leaving happy. But it was like, okay, cool. My wife even pointed something out. Most of the voices besides Kratos didn't fit the game world. It felt like they just picked some random person that can do voice work, throw them into the game, and the voices, especially for Boy, didn't match. I don't even remember his name. I just remember Boy. Just felt off. And I was like, wow, you're right. And the more I listened, the more I was like, oh, that's rough. So, where we got the new Zelda at the end of Nintendo's, and then more God of War, which we already knew. We know the release date. We know, we know. So, Sony was on just soaring uphill until they got to the end and just kind of fizzled out. Where Nintendo's like, I'm trying. Yay! And then, so, neither of them were bad. Not by any means. They both had their extreme positives and they both had their extreme negatives. You know what? No extreme negatives. None. They both had very good things and some not so good things. That's what I'll call it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Tell me what you guys thought about it in the comments below. Which one did you like better? Or did you just watch Sony? Or did you just watch Nintendo? Are you excited for any of these games? Let me know what games you're excited for down in the comments. There were plenty of others, especially on the Nintendo ones and some on the Sony, that I didn't mention just because I didn't think they were worth covering. But okay, thank you, Windows. That's twice. But yeah, tell me what you guys think. I thought they were solid. I didn't expect to see too much. I was just hoping to see more stuff that was going to come out for the holiday season, but it seemed like the majority of the games were set for 2023. But it is what it is. Thank you guys for watching. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, share this video. Remember, follow us on our socials at RBG_retro on Twitter, where I've been a lot more active recently, especially today. There was dozens of tweets today because, like I said, that's how I was taking my notes so you guys can see it. Thank you guys so much. Again, tell me what you guys think in the comments below. Like we always say, be legendary. Thanks again.